What's going on, everybody, and welcome back for episode 35 of Hit the Books podcast. Normal episode this week. After some technical difficulties last week, our associate producer Craig messed up and didn't record the episode properly. But this week we got NFL, NBA playoffs, NHL playoffs, lots of good stuff, including our NHL card being up big throughout the playoffs, up almost 16 units, going 26-11 in the playoffs. Keep an eye out for those picks daily. Let's introduce my co-hosts, Tyler Huffnagel and Michael Mackey. Mackey, start us off. What's going on? Your Rangers are still in the playoffs. What else you got?
Yeah, it's deep into the second round here, and it's always nice when your team's still alive, tying the series up. So, honestly, NHL playoffs have just been great. It's a lot to talk about in the NHL playoffs. This card is just, we're up 16 units in the playoffs, and what's that, a month? This isn't normal what we're doing, so if you're not taking our picks now, you should probably get on that because we're hitting at an insane rate. So, yeah, Huff, what's been up?
Going on, everyone? Happy to be back. As Jesse said, yeah, tough situation last week with what happened with the episode, but we're back this week. And as Mackey said, NHL card is on fire. Tough night last night with the Flames, going a little heavy on them, 3 units, being plus money. We were looking to kind of go big there, but Oilers end up covering the puck line. We had Flames -1.5 on the alternate, but, like you said, still up almost 16 units. Tonight we have the Avs in regulation up 3-1 right now, so looking pretty good tonight and excited to get into it. A lot going on. Yeah, your Rangers still into it after that little tough start to the series they had, but, Carolina's good at home. They're right back into it. We'll get into that series in a little bit, but yeah, going on. Let's get right into it.
Yes, sir. Let's jump right in. Let's start with some NFL. Huff put down a good point here. Pepsi will no longer be the Super Bowl halftime show's title sponsor. Plan to continue to have a strong presence in the NFL through sponsorships with teams and players. I think that's kind of interesting.
So when I put this down, I didn't see anything about who's going to be the next one, but I don't know. I'd be kind of. It's going to be like Chevy or Ford, like one of those.
It's definitely going to be like a car company, like something like that.
Yeah, but
I actually didn't see this though.
I was going to say what I was leading to is I don't think that they would let it be like a beer, like Bud Light, halftime show. I don't think that the NFL wants that. Obviously you see all the beer commercials and stuff with all the beer ads all over the NFL, but I'd be more surprised if they go with like this, obviously going from Pepsi, not saying like they want to keep it with a drink, but I'm saying like, I think they'd go more with like a company like Chevy. Obviously it's going to be whoever pays the most. If Bud Light writes a blank check, the NFL is going to take it and run with it, but you know what I mean? That's just kind of how I think of this, but it'll be interesting to see who it is. I'd love if Coke just takes it. That'd be hilarious. That'd be so petty.
That would be really funny. What I'm thinking? Like, why they wouldn't go with a beer is because your target market is
they're trying to
at that point because you can only go for 2 people over 21. Everyone drinks Pepsi. So not thinking about it, I don't know if they would go with shit. I guess everyone drives too. But I think they'll go for something that had the target market is literally anybody who watches the TV.
Mackey, you just made a good point. I could definitely see it being a car company.
Yeah, if it's going to be a car company, I could definitely see it being Chevy. Yeah, because that's just I feel like that's the most dominant in terms of like advertising.
Isn't the official truck the NFL, the F-150? I could be tripping, or maybe it's the Steelers. Not here.
I didn't even know that there was an official truck.
There's an official everything, dude. There's an official car of the NHL, SUV.
Oh, you're right.
Those commercials when they're always like official truck of the NFL.
You know how much money they pay to be able to say that?
Yeah, but I feel like it's not only one truck that's able to say that.
Yeah, because the Silverado can be the official truck of the NFL because Chevy wrote a check for that. But like I see like whenever you go to like the mall in Pittsburgh, you'll see like a F-150 sitting there with Steeler stickers all over it, and it'll be like the official truck of the Pittsburgh Steelers. You know what I mean?
Well, isn't Ford a huge sponsor of the Steelers too?
Yeah.
So, yeah,
Like, that's what I'm saying. So they can, like, it doesn't matter if, like, they sponsor the NFL. These individual teams can get money from whoever, like, that's like, for example, if Coke does take over the NFL.
But it won't.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, yeah.
But that'd be pretty cool. I'd like to see that.
I'm not one of those people that's like, I don't watch the Super Bowl for the halftime show, obviously, and there's a lot of people that do, but honestly, like, that's my time where I'm, like, chilling, talking about the first half. I'm not really sitting there watching a concert, but I like peep up at it, but it's not definitely. I'm not super into it like most people.
I don't really like the halftime show. I can go without it, and I think it's played out to a maximum
I'd rather
amount.
hear me out. I'd rather the analyst talking about the game for 20 more minutes.
Yeah, exactly. I will say I do appreciate the commercials because Super Bowl commercials are known for being the best, and not that they always live up to it, but they always do have like those like 2 or 3 commercials that are like really good.
I
And
like how
you like a good commercial.
I like how the commercials are like normally a little longer and they play less of them. I mean, there's more, you know what I mean, because throughout the game, but like they'll do like a stint of 2 longer commercials instead of like 5 really short ones that are really annoying.
Because this is their opportunity to know that like people are actually watching to watch the commercials as well. Like everything else, you like it's known for having good commercials, so people actually sit there and take the time and watch the commercials. Every other show, you when a commercial comes on, you get up and get a drink and go to the bathroom or
Check your
whatever.
phone, yeah.
So I don't know. I feel like companies definitely take advantage of their product actually being like watched. But I mean, obviously the price is way steeper in the for a Super Bowl game.
We could look to buy in as the Hit the Books halftime show.
Yeah,
That'd be awesome.
see the pricing on that.
So here, let's think about this. I truly think it's going to be a already big sponsor that the NFL already has. Maybe like
That's what I'm saying, like Chevy or
Yeah, I don't think it's
Procter and Gamble, Caesars, Fanatics, Amazon, Oakley, Nike.
Oh my God, what if a sports game?
Bush.
It's gonna Jesse. I can't believe you just said that. And it's definitely gonna be a sports book.
Yeah. With how big and fast that's growing, I think that is 100% their alley.
I mean, it's just growing at a rapid rate right now.
No one's gonna pay more money.
Exactly, and like who's more up and coming than like Caesars?
Through that,
or like any of these companies.
Who do you think would take?
They would never let Barstool do it because Goodell hates.
Goodell would never take that check.
They'd probably do draft.
Caesars has the most
Even
money invested in.
Dave
NFL.
isn't really. It's Penn Gaming now that has Barstool.
Yeah,
but it is Dave's face, obviously, of Barstool.
Yeah, he wouldn't want the logo associated with the NFL.
Barstool's also like not a big. I don't feel like it's not even a big enough sports book.
No,
it's not enough places.
According to like, I mean, not according to, but comparing to like.
See, that's another
thing
about if they go the route of like a sports book being the official sponsor of the halftime show, like. Can they do that with it not being legal in certain states that are watching the Super Bowl?
Yeah, I don't know.
Caesars Entertainment owns hotels in Vegas and Atlantic City, and
Well, I'm saying like they're not in.
They're not in states that aren't legal to gamble.
Yeah,
and the NFL is obviously countrywide.
Right, but they're advertising their brand of Caesars. You know what I mean? Rather than just a sports book. It's
true.
Yeah. You're not wrong.
It's a destination.
Unless it's FanDuel or DraftKings, that's a different story, obviously. But some of these bigger companies, I think, are going to be the ones that do it. Caesars, MGM, something like that, in my opinion.
Where it's not solely based on sports betting.
Correct, right. Not saying the sports books don't have enough money. They can, those companies can easily dish that out. But you guys make the correct point of saying it's not legal everywhere. So
it's all about the image and,
Right.
I don't know. It'll be interesting to see what they go with.
All right, next, Baltimore Ravens have signed former Bears and Broncos cornerback Kyle Fuller, who gets to return home and play in Baltimore.
Yeah, I think it's a good addition for the Ravens. Their defense is known, every year for being tough to play against. Obviously, guys like Marlon Humphrey and Patrick Queen, the guys they have on defense, Calais Campbell. So, Ravens added another guy. He was good at Virginia Tech. I actually didn't know he was from the Baltimore area until I saw where I posted this from, but yeah, he Virginia Tech guy drafted by the Bears, and where was the other team? Broncos. Yeah, that's a good addition for Baltimore.
Yeah, it just makes a strong Baltimore team that much stronger. I don't know. I just feel like this team's so unpredictable.
They do just keep adding like something little each year.
They just have one of the best drafts. They're my pick to win my division, AFC North.
Yeah, I think they're going to be pretty dominant.
At what?
What do you mean?
What's would their record be winning that division?
I don't know.
12-5,
Yeah.
13-4.
Yeah. I think Lamar. I'm not. I wouldn't be surprised if Lamar has an MVP year next year. I'm not saying like MVP wins it, but like I'm not even saying up
Why
for it, but
not? He
just like a
could.
tough year, or like a really good year. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Dobbins back in the lineup. I don't know. I think Baltimore always could have a good year.
Yeah, we'll see.
Indianapolis Colts signed former Super Bowl champion quarterback Nick Foles, reuniting him with coach Frank Reich, who was his offensive coordinator with the Eagles in 2017 when he led Philadelphia to a Super Bowl title. 2-year deal. It said $2.5 million a year. Is that correct?
I heard Ian Rappaport on Pat McAfee's show saying that the Bears are going to be paying most of his salary that they still owe him.
Yeah. Okay. Then that's right. It was like the Bears were paying $1.5 million, and they were paying $1 million or something, and
Yeah,
it would like
it's a
slowly
really
fade off
it's
or
a really
something.
cheap deal for the Colts, and he's coming in to back up Matt Ryan. Obviously, a new year or a new quarterback for the Colts. Obviously, they've been bouncing around quarterbacks the past couple of years after the early retirement of Luck, and it'll be interesting to see what goes on in Indianapolis, especially with obviously the situation in Tennessee going with the trade AJ Brown. It's going to be that division's kind of up for grabs right now between those two teams. Obviously, Jacksonville and Houston are a step behind, but I'm definitely interested to see what goes on with the Colts this year, especially if Matt Ryan goes down. Foles is able to step in there. He's stepped in many teams and just been consistent and gotten the job done. He has a running back like Jonathan Taylor he can turn around to. You know what I mean? I'm saying that's for Matt Ryan and Nick Foles, but
That's where he's the best is when he has to come in off the bench.
yeah,
As we saw his Super Bowl win, even though that was, everyone says high scoring game, so it wasn't a defensive game, but Philly's defense won them that Super Bowl.
yeah.
But no knocking Nick Foles.
Big Dick Nick.
Good for him. Glad he got signed.
Yeah, good for him. Good. I'm rooting for the Colts this year. Hoping to go to a game. Like seriously, Steelers play at the Colts. I'm really trying to go to that.
You're trying to go to Indy?
Yeah, me and Jesse are. I didn't even
Never
realize.
been to Indiana.
Yeah, I haven't either.
That's nice. You should go to that.
Yeah.
Probably not too far from you either.
Jesse, what's the drive?
Like 6 hours.
It's like 6, yeah. Browns officially re-signed defensive end Jadeveon Clowney to a 1-year deal. It seems like at this point in his career, he's just Mr. 1-year deal and just keeps re-signing 1 years and either gets hurt or proves himself and gets another one. But
Yeah. Yeah, he's been kind of all over the place recently.
I expected him to stay in Cleveland, especially with getting Deshaun Watson and the upside that they have coming into this season. But
yeah, he's an effective player. So
yeah. And speaking of Deshaun Watson, Browns quarterback Baker Mayfield will not be attending OTAs as expected, obviously. But things are going to get interesting in Cleveland. What happens with him? You're going to wonder if something happens pretty soon, if they wait right before training camp. Or
just get rid of him, dude. Like he doesn't deserve to sit there and be on the bench. Like
that's what I said.
he deserves to have a chance.
He's
Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, he's a first overall pick.
Dude, he's not like a shitty quarterback either. He's gotten you guys. He turned that, or not that they've like completely turned around, but that organization has gotten a lot more respectable since he got there. So I know they've built around him for the past few years, but I think he definitely deserves a starting spot in the league somewhere. There's definitely teams that could use him.
I agree 100%. I think he's a start. There's no way there's 30 quarterbacks better than him.
Yeah, he's very disrespected, especially after all this is going down. I mean, end of the year last year, he didn't do very well, but I don't know. Everyone's looking at him. If he messes up, everyone throws a bunch of shit at him, and
it'll be interesting. But there's a couple teams I could see him going to, like Carolina. Obviously, they just got Matt Corral, and I saw Sam Darnold say today he thinks he could be one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL. That's hilarious, but Carolina's the team I could see him going to.
Sam Darnold makes some throws sometimes, and he extends plays sometimes, like he is an elite quarterback, but at the end of the day, he's still Sam Darnold.
Yeah.
He has flashes.
And speaking of OTAs, Arizona Cardinals quarterback Kyler Murray will not be attending OTAs this week as expected. No new update on contract talks for the former number 1 overall pick. What do you think happens with him? I don't know if he's a free agent after. I think he's a free agent after this year. He wants the new deal, wants his big money. It'll be interesting to see what happens with him. Could you see a situation where he's not a Cardinal?
No, not really. I think his relationship with that team is too good, and I mean, he's done what he's needed to do. That division was the best division in the league this year, probably, and he was atop of it the entire season. Started the season 8-0. He got a big win against Dallas week 16 or whatever it was. I mean, I don't know. I think he's done what he's needed to do. Pay the man.
Yeah, I agree. Did you see the Arizona Cardinals are going to be Hard Knocks mid-season next year?
I did not.
I saw a bunch of memes of people saying we'll get to watch the demise of the Arizona Cardinals live.
Yeah. I don't know, dude. That team has so much potential. I don't know why. Kyler Murray's a good quarterback. He deserves to run that team, I think.
Yeah, I agree. He's definitely. I mean, he hasn't. How many years has he been there, and how many years has he missed the playoffs?
He got there. He was drafted in 2018. His first year was 2019.
He missed the playoffs this past year, right?
No, he made it. He was dude. They were
They played the
weren't
Rams. They played the Rams.
Yeah. They won the division. Last year they won it. They made the playoffs too. I think it's only his rookie year.
Yeah. Okay.
And that team wasn't good. That Cardinals team had no hope.
No.
Dude, the Heat are so bad. They haven't hit a shot in couldn't even tell you how long.
Yeah, Steelers name VP Omar Khan to be the franchise's next general manager in replacement of Kevin Colbert. It's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Kind of saw this, right?
This was pretty expected. Everyone keeps saying that. I mean, the Steelers have been talking for years that this guy's kind of been grooming. They've been grooming this guy to be one of the kind of big wigs in the organization, whether it be, I mean, being the vice president of the Steelers or any NFL team, it's obviously a very high role. And with Colbert stepping out this past, I think last week or the week before was his last week with the team, but Khan's going to step in there. I mean, I think he'll do a good job, but it's tough to say with the general manager. Obviously, Colbert going through this past draft with the Steelers, so it's going to be interesting to see, how the contracts and everything. Kind of tough to say right now, as he, you know what I mean. It was just named, but it'll be interesting to see what he does. As Colbert, you know what I mean. Obviously, had the success that he had over the past however many years, but yeah, some big shoes to fill. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, time to change the course a little bit and see if this guy can do something.
Alrighty, let's look at some of these future odds for the NFL coming into this NFL season. We have most receiving yards in the regular season. I'll go through maybe top 6, and then if you have any players specifically that you want to look at, or Mackey, you have any odds you want to hear on some of these guys further down, I can look at them. Top guys in order are Cooper Kupp sitting at plus 800, Jamar Chase plus 900, Justin Jefferson plus 900, Travis Kelce plus 1100, Devontae Adams plus 1200, and Deebo Samuel plus 1400. Travis Kelce sitting there at 4 with the departure of Tyreek Hill, who's now tied with Stephon Diggs at plus 1700, right behind Deebo.
What are you thinking here? I mean, dude, how could plus 700 for Cooper Kupp?
800. How can you go against Cooper Kupp?
I don't know, but that.
Justin Jefferson, maybe.
He's proved you can't guard him.
Yeah.
And he's in the same system as he was in last year.
That's what I mean.
With the same players, with the same quarterback, the same other receivers. Defenses they know what he's gonna do. They still can't stop him. So I don't know. I don't know how you can go against Cooper Kupp here. I think he cleared him by 500 or 400 yards last year.
And I think the only other guy that's worth taking a shot with is Justin Jefferson, and I'd like him at 1100, not plus 900. I'd rather take Kupp at 800.
I just don't think he has a good enough quarterback.
But he just airs it out to him. That's all they can do.
Yeah, but
I agree.
Know.
I like Kupp better. I'd even take Chase plus 900. But I just don't. I think they cool.
Let's see any long shots.
Huh?
Let's see any long shots. What's Deebo at?
Deebo's 1400. CeeDee Lamb 1700.
There's no value in CD. Dak uses all of his receivers way
Jerry
too much.
Jeudy with his new quarterback like Russell Wilson is plus 2,500.
Yeah, AJ Brown.
2,500.
There's some value in AJ Brown.
Mike Evans plus 2,000.
I don't know.
You keep
I would-
scrolling
I
down.
think-
None of those
I think
guys
you-
are gonna win.
I think you go safe here and just go
Cup,
Coop.
yeah.
I don't know. I thought he would be like plus like 450.
I thought he would
maybe.
too.
All right, rushing yards.
Alrighty. Most rushing yards in the regular season. Derrick Henry and Jonathan Taylor tied with plus 450 favorite odds. Behind them in third, or I guess second place technically, is Dalvin Cook sitting at plus 1,000. Nick Chubb plus 1,100. Najee Harris plus 1,600. Elijah Mitchell plus 1,600. Joe Mixon plus 1,600. And Antonio Gibson plus 2,000.
Bro, if you were to ever shop these and like actually place bets, you just need to go book shopping because the odds on this DraftKings is so different. Najee's plus 1,000 on DraftKings,
1,600 on Barstool.
and he's 1,600 on Barstool.
That's wild.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's insane.
What do you have Dalvin Cook at?
750.
I like that. Dalvin Cook's who I like the best, and I'd rather.
And he's at 1,000 on yours,
Yeah.
isn't he? Yeah, and then JT's 500, Derrick Henry's
So
550.
there, it's better to go on DraftKings.
Yeah, but everyone else, it's definitely better to go
What's
Barstool.
Chubb at? I don't like him, but what's Chubb at?
800.
1,100. Elijah
Yeah.
Mitchell, what's he at for you?
18.
Okay.
What does he have for
16
you?
is tied with Najee with Joe Mixon.
What about Javonte Williams?
2,000.
14.
What?
Yep.
All right, I'm going to give you a long shot. Austin Eckler,
25.
3,000. Zeke,
What about Zeke?
4,000.
What? 2,200.
What?
No way,
Huh?
he's 4,000.
Plus 4,000.
Bro, imagine you take Zeke at plus 2,200 on DraftKings and somebody told you he was plus 4,000 on Barstool. That's why you got a book shop, dude.
Here's who. Dude, Zeke is tied with Lamar Jackson for the most rushing yards next season. At plus 4,000.
Lamar Jackson's plus 4,000 on mine, too.
Same with McCaffrey, Miles Sanders.
McCaffrey's 28. Wow. So who would you go
Deebo
with here?
Samuel plus 6,000. I like Dalvin Cook
I don't even
plus
see
1,000.
Debo. You like Dalvin Cook plus
Yeah,
1,000?
I think he has the most value.
I think he's a good value pick there.
If the Steelers had a better offensive
know.
line, maybe Najee just because he gets the carries. Jesse, who would you go here rushing yards next year?
Tough one, honestly.
Derrick Henry, your fantasy running back.
Yeah, he killed it for me last year in fantasy.
Till
I
he
love
got that
that.
foot injury.
But like 450 is no good. What was he on?
Yeah, the value there is just not there.
What was he on DraftKings? Like, what was the difference on like the favorites there?
He's 550, which I still
Okay.
don't think is. I think value comes into play at like plus 750, 800 when you're talking about like a passing or a rushing yards leader or something like that because it's so broad, anything can happen.
And it
Totally
also
agree.
very easily
Like-
could be Jonathan Taylor, or Derrick Henry. It's
I feel like it's not going to be one of them two. I feel like a rushing leader comes out of nowhere almost every year. Like Jonathan Taylor won it last year. Jonathan Taylor was probably not even top 10 odds.
Alrighty, let's look at the most passing yards in the regular season next year. The favorites, Justin Herbert and Patrick Mahomes, sitting at plus 750. Tom Brady at plus 800. Matt Stafford, 900. Burrow at plus 1,000. Tied with Derek Carr at plus 1,000. And then Josh Allen and Dak Prescott are tied at plus 1,200.
What's Mahomes?
750.
Tied with
Yeah.
Herbert? Wow. He's 5th on DraftKings.
Holmes is?
He's 900 on DraftKings, and there's 4
Give
guys
me your
ahead of
top
him.
5.
Actually, he's tied for 3rd, but he's like the 5th name. Herbert's 550, Brady's 700, Stafford, Burrow, and Mahomes are all 900.
Interesting. What's Josh Allen?
1,000, tied with Derek Carr. And Dak's 12,
What's Russell Wilson?
18.
on Barstool.
Aaron Rodgers,
2,000.
he's 14 on here.
Deshaun Watson.
18.
2,500. He should
Jesus Christ.
He should have much higher odds than that because he might not play a full season.
Yeah, he's actually definitely not going to play a full season. There's no way they don't suspend him 6 games. That's exactly what they're going to give him.
Value
6
pick
games.
here is I'd go with Stafford.
I don't know.
The same reason I picked Cup, I'll go with Stafford. One of those would hit.
Okay, yeah, you're right. One of them would. I'd go with. I mean, Mahomes is plus 900 on DraftKings, so I think there's value there. I also think Dak has value at plus 1,200. He throws the ball 50 times a game. Those are the 2 value picks. I wouldn't
Josh
really.
Allen, 1,200.
Yeah, Josh Allen has value as
Russell
well.
Wilson.
Herbert's
Like-
way too high. Brady's way too
Brady's
high.
way too high. I'd like to see Russell Wilson airing that ball out in Denver.
Yeah, I don't
I don't
think
it's worth
he'll.
it though.
I don't think he breaks.
He'll do what
42.
he always does. He'll start the season really hot, and then he's gonna start having to play some of those tough divisional games, and we're gonna see how good that Denver team really is.
Yeah. Who won it last year?
I don't want to look it up because I want to know. I want to say Stafford.
Look it up. I actually have no idea.
I'm looking it up.
Aaron Rodgers? No, definitely not.
Tom Brady,
It was Tom Brady. You're right.
5,316 yards.
So he had 5,300 in a 17-game season. I feel like that's kind of. Actually, no. I guess it's kind of high.
5,000 yards used to be a crazy year. Plus 300, that's even better. Yeah.
You think so? I feel like every passing yards leader always had 5,000.
That's what I mean. That's the guy that he led.
Yeah. Okay. So adding an extra game, you add an extra 350 yards. That makes sense.
350. You know what I mean? Like if you're saying I have 5,000 yards through 16 games, and then you say, "Oh, I played 17 games and I got 5,300." It's like, damn, you threw for an extra 300 yards. That's a good game. But the average, like you think about what most of these guys' yardage prop is set at going into an NFL Sunday, it's like 258, 290. You know what I mean? Like there's not.
If you throw for 294 yards over a 17-game span, that's 5,000. So you're averaging, when you throw for 5,300 yards, you're averaging over 300 yards a game.
Yeah.
53. What did he throw? 53 what?
53.50.
Yeah, you're throwing three. He averaged 314 yards a game.
That's a fucking really good yards.
For a 44-year-old, yeah.
All right, that's going to do it for us in our NFL segment. I think next we got some NBA with the Golden State Warriors leading the Dallas Mavericks 3-1 in the Western Conference Finals. Series heads back to Golden State as the Warriors try to eliminate the Mavericks.
Yeah, I mean, we had that play last night. We had Warriors money line. I think we completely misread that situation. I thought the Mavs were dead. I thought they weren't gonna. I thought even Luka was gonna have a bad game. I thought Steph was gonna come out, drop another 35 like he's been doing, and they were gonna go. They were just gonna wait to see who they play. But we should have known. They were gonna try to win it. They're gonna win it at home. NBA gets their extra game for views and to make their money. So I guess we just misread the situation, but I don't know. I don't see anyone beating this Warriors team, especially not those two Eastern Conference teams. The Eastern Conference teams.
You're saying you like the Warriors over either of these teams? Yeah.
Yeah, I think the Warriors win it this year. I don't see a situation where they don't win it, unless Boston comes out firing. But their offense has looked too slow.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I think the Warriors, they definitely look good. They should have had this series wrapped up, but they're going to play Game 5. Obviously, I think they'll win this game by like 20, but it's going to be interesting to see what happens.
Yeah, Warriors -7.5 tomorrow might be a play.
As far as this other series, obviously, series is 2-2, but Boston's winning this game right now. 3 minutes left in the fourth, 89-76. So, knock on wood, you can count that as a win for Boston. But looking like they're gonna head back to Boston for Game 6, leading this series 3-2. Looking like they can wrap this thing up on their home floor.
Yeah, this Heat team looks so dead, man. If you watch them in Game 5, I mean, Jimmy Butler's airballing shot after shot. I mean, Kyle Lowry has 21 minutes, 0 points, 4 fouls. The team just looks dead. They're probably injured, but so is Boston. So they better figure it out. I don't think they're going to go to Boston and win a game. So I think the series is done. But if they could figure out a way to win Game 6, maybe Boston has a few players injured or something, get it back home, give themselves a chance. But I don't know. I think the Celtics already locked this one in.
Yeah, I think same thing. I think they go back to Boston and wrap this thing up.
They're not going to lose in the Garden.
I agree. All right, that's about it for the NBA, I think. NHL, our bread and butter, the playoffs going on. Bye-bye Panthers. The Tampa Bay Lightning take down the Florida Panthers in 4 games, shutting them out in Game 4. Vasilevsky is nuts. Game 4 was the first time the Panthers were shut out all season long. And the Panthers had the most goals in a single season in the salary cap era. The Lightning will play the winner of Hurricanes and Rangers.
49 saves from Vasilevsky in that Game 4 series clincher. I kind of want to go off on the Panthers. I mean, what a shitty performance in this whole series. I mean, they come into the playoffs against a shitty Washington team, made them look decent, gave them a few wins. They escaped just because they're a President's Trophy winner. They play the worst team, so that's why they escaped. Then they come into a series against a Tampa team that they've literally dominated the entire season, and shit the bed 4 straight games. I mean, Vasilevsky's good, but this is the best offense. Again, the most goals in the salary cap era. Is that what it was? So
Yes.
it's just so embarrassing. How does a team like that, who has so many players on it that want to win a cup, Giroux comes there to win a cup. It's his only chance, honestly, in my opinion. And they shit the bed for 4 straight games. I mean, Vasilevsky played great, yeah, but in this day and age, it's so if a team is playing so well and their chemistry is that good, a goalie is not going to make a save that's impossible to stop, and that's just what we've seen multiple times. So it was a pitiful performance. Yeah, it was just a pitiful performance by a team that had so much hope coming into this playoffs to, finally make a run towards that cup, and you get swept 4 games nothing. So that's all I have to say about them.
Yeah, obviously everyone was talking about the power play with the Florida Panthers coming into the playoffs, how high flying it was, and obviously how dry it went in the first round, and hoping they could get things back going in the second round against Tampa Bay. Obviously, we know they got number 88 in net, Vasilevsky, like you said. He played a hell of a fucking series, led up 3 goals in 4 games. I mean, everyone knows how good this guy is. Like, you don't have to say it, but Tampa Bay just took it to him. Obviously, like you said, Florida's offense just couldn't get it. 3 goals in 4 games. I mean, like you said.
Dude, I mean, like, if your offense is moving like that, like, you're going to get pucks past the best goalie in the league. It's just that they just didn't have it.
I mean, we had Tampa. We were riding Tampa, so.
Yeah, we were.
I mean, yeah, we
It's
saw
free
it the
money.
entire way.
Next series we got is Carolina and the Rangers. Carolina jumping out to a quick 2-0 lead in the series, winning games 1 and 2 at home. Going back to New York at MSG, the Rangers were able to come right back and win 3-4 to tie up the series at 2. Let's see what we got tomorrow night in Game 5 in Carolina. What else you guys got?
It's been the story of Carolina, to be honest. I mean, their home record's 6-0, and then
Away
they're
records.
0-5 on the road in their 2 series, which is actually pretty crazy. I think this is the first time it's ever happened. But I mean, all 4 games. Gerard Gallant said it the best. All 4 games could have been won by either team, I think. I mean, we just won our home games. They won their home games. But game 1 and 2, we easily could have had either one of them. And then I think the same thing for these games. I think Carolina could have had them if they just got their bounces. But we just got to steal one on the road. It's as simple as that. I don't think Carolina beats us in MSG in Game 6 if we can win this Game 5. But you got to win one on the road, and that's the story of the series. So hopefully the Rangers can get it done. I think this is a really good matchup for them. I think they're playing well against a team that they played awful against the entire season. But, this can go either way. So hopefully the Rangers can come out on top.
I think back to what you said about how you said either team could have won any of the games. But I agree, but I think the Rangers dominated the games in Carolina more than Carolina had any chance to win the games in New York.
Yeah, I actually do agree with that too. I think, especially Game 1, we should be up 3-1 right now. I mean, you can't lose that game. You're up for 40 minutes out of the game, and you just blow it with 2 minutes left. I mean, I don't know, but yeah, you're right. I think Rangers are actually controlling more of the games than Carolina is, if that makes sense.
Absolutely.
Which is surprising because I didn't think it was going to go that way when we came into this series.
It's going to be interesting to see Game 5 tomorrow night. Game 6 is Saturday. I'm hyped for that.
You think the Rangers can pull this off, or you think it just goes home?
I wouldn't be shocked if the Rangers win tomorrow night. As far as betting it, I'd have to see what the odds are. But
I don't think the value will be there. I think the Canes are only -140.
That's tough.
Dude, Shesterkin's playing so well too. He's playing like he did in the regular season at this point.
Yeah. So
it was just Pittsburgh in his head.
Yeah. So
I don't know. And we kind of exposed Ranta in the last game. I think putting up 4 on him. That's the first time either team has scored more than. I think they got 3 the first or the second game, but one was an empty netter. But it's the first time a goalie has actually gotten exposed in this series. I think so. I don't know. That could be in his head as well.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting tomorrow night.
Yeah, it'll be good. I think whoever wins it runs into a brick wall in Tampa, but
agreed.
See if we can get there.
All right, next series, Edmonton Oilers lead the Calgary Flames 3-1 after winning last night 5-3. Series heads to Calgary as the Flames will face elimination in Game 5.
Mackey, what do you think happens in this game?
I don't think there's any chance Oilers win the series 4-1.
That's what I was thinking. I think Flames win this game.
Yeah, I think the Flames look pretty disappointing.
Yeah, dude, this team was so good in the regular season, and they're just shitting the bed.
It's another Panther situation.
I mean, it's just another inexperienced team at the end of the day. I think that's what it is.
I think you're right.
Matthew Tkachuk, Gaudreau, Mangiapane, they're all brand new to the situation, and they're really not handling it very well. As you could see, they're all over the place, in my opinion, and they're getting too much into the trash talking and letting that dictate the way that they've been playing. When you have McDavid and Draisaitl skating circles around you and just dishing it off to Evander Kane to have a 3-point night every night.
Yeah, he's been the story of the series.
Yeah, I mean, he has been, but it's just been McDavid, and they've just been giving him the damn puck, and he's been scoring on an empty net because he has no attention drawn to him. Dude, I think this is the best thing they could have done. They've split up McDavid and Draisaitl for so long. Put them together. They're lighting it up.
I'd be like, yeah, you two play together, and we'll just run the other 4 lines or other 3 lines. We'll just run lines.
Dude, it's like you guys play together. The other 3 lines will just be
Yeah.
when you want to rest, and when you want to get back out there,
Stand
go back out there because that's
back
like
up.
it's literally
Yeah.
their only offense.
It's gotten them this far. I'd send them 2 with Hyman every shift.
Yeah, dude, it's just insane. But I don't know. I think if they get this back to a game 7, they'll win it at home. I think Oilers win it in 6 though.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I want to see McKinnon versus McDavid so bad.
I want to see that really bad too, and I think it's set up for us here.
I hope so. That'd be such a good series.
And with the Blues win tonight, that series, Avs and Blues, goes to 6 games. Game 6 will be in St. Louis. Do the Avs close it out in St. Louis?
Yep.
I never like a team to win it on the road. I just don't see. I don't know.
You guys got anything about that series?
I just can't. I
Yeah, I
just
thought
can't
it would be
believe they
over
just
by now.
lost.
I'll
I'm
give you that.
speechless. I just can't believe they just lost.
Yeah, I still think the Avs obviously win the series. I don't see them blowing a 3-1 lead. Maybe they get it done in Game 6.
Yeah,
I don't know.
it'll be interesting.
They're not losing another game in Colorado though. They're 1-2 in this series in
Like
Colorado.
I say, they've lost 2 home games.
And their home record this season was like 28-5-2 or something like that. It was ridiculous.
It is crazy.
The St. Louis team doesn't go away.
A good series. That being said, let's look at some NHL Stanley Cup champions odds. On MGM, we got the Avs coming in at plus 145, the Lightning at plus 260, Hurricanes at plus 550, Oilers at plus 650, Rangers plus 1200, Flames plus 2000, and Blues in last at plus 3000.
What are the Lightning?
Plus 260.
Yeah. Should have got them before the series started.
Yeah, out of those teams left, give me the Lightning.
I agree.
Yeah, I mean, how can you not?
See, it doesn't even
He's
have
going-
value, but it's the only value.
Avs are like even money at that point. Wait, what are they,
125.
Avs?
145.
They were 35 on DraftKings, but there's no value there. Rangers are 13. What are they on your book?
1200.
The Rangers aren't winning it, so it doesn't really matter. I don't know. Yeah, I think the Lightning are the only value here.
One quick note from the PGA. Justin Thomas coming back from down 7 strokes on Sunday to win his second PGA championship by defeating Will Zalatoris in a 3-hole playoff. Tough, crazy matchup, you said.
Yeah, I actually ended up watching this. Watched not all day Sunday, but the last couple holes of Thomas's round, and obviously I forget the guy's name from Chile. He was leading all day. Ended up falling apart Sunday, which ended up having Thomas and Zalatoris go into the 3-hole playoff, which is the rule for the PGA championship. So it was a crazy comeback. I saw some tickets on BR Betting and Instagram and Twitter that some of these people got Justin Thomas Sunday morning at like plus 3,000, plus 3,200 to win it. Just crazy odds, but yeah, came back and won it. I feel like Zalatoris is always in the top 5 and just never wins. So whenever you saw him going into that playoff, I feel like if you could have lot bet it there, I would have put my house on Thomas, but easier to say that now than, in the moment. But the way Thomas was playing, I just kind of felt like he was going to win that. And it was, they kept showing his parents. It was weird. Like, it was like, I don't know, you would have thought it was like Tiger whenever he won the Masters, and then they kept showing his kid, but I don't know. They just kept showing Justin Thomas's dad, and he ended up winning, but second PGA championship for him. Yeah, another major in the books, but not much else for me. I wish I would have live bet him plus 3,000, but yeah, it wasn't.
Who is that guy that like went on to 18 with like
He
a
double
3-stroke
bogeyed?
lead and then
That's
double
the dude from
bogeyed?
Chile.
Yeah. Dude, some guy had like a $50 bet on him to win it. Maybe not 50, but it was probably more. But it was to win like $150,000. And he didn't hedge or anything
I
at
did see
any
that.
point.
I did
And
see
he
that.
just blew it, dude. I don't know how much it was, but it was a little amount to win $150,000. And dude, that's a life-changing amount of money. That's just a brutal loss. And and at that point, you don't even hedge. If you have a 3-point lead going or 3-stroke lead going into the 18th hole, you're like, I have this. You think the money is yours.
Could you imagine?
I think I would
Yeah.
retire. I think I would definitely retire.
That's a tough beat. Double bogey on 18 to lose 150. He lost more money than that, but do you see the difference? Justin Thomas obviously won. He got like $3 million, and then dude ended up getting third.
Yeah, but that kid, he came in like fourth
He
or
got
third,
third.
whatever he
It
came
was a
in.
difference of like $2.6 million.
No way! Oh my god! God, dude, the nerves got to him.
Yeah, the difference between first and third was like 2.5 million.
What did he win
Like
himself though?
Here, I'll give you the exact number because I saw it on ESPN.
Like
I want to
700,000.
say like 600, but I'll pull it up right here. He won 870. Thomas won 2.8. So difference of 2 million.
2 mil. Fucking.
Jeez.
That's a $2 million double
Yeah,
bogey
$1
right
million
there.
per stroke. Oh,
That one stings for a
Yeah.
while. But congrats to Justin Thomas. Good for him.
that's all for me. Thanks for listening. We'll see you guys next week.
Yeah, boys, thanks for coming on, and we'll be back next week.
Yes, don't forget to check out our daily picks in the NBA and NHL playoffs here. We're doing good. We're hot. Keep an eye on us.
Your loss if you don't.
Listen to Mackey. And that's going to do it for us this week on Hit the Books podcast. Thank you for all the support week in and week out. Please be sure to share and check out our various social media platforms and check out our website. All the info is located in our link tree in the description below. And always remember to hit the books.